Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating history of banking in the United States. It's a story of revolution, ambition, crisis, and resilience that shaped the country we know today. Let's rewind all the way back to the American Revolution. The young nation was in financial chaos, and the continental currency was practically worthless. The country needed a stable financial institution. Enter Robert Morris and Alexander Hamilton. In 1781, they championed the creation of the very first chartered bank in the U.S., the Bank of North America, located in Philadelphia. This wasn't just any bank, it was a groundbreaking step. It served as the nation's first de facto central bank, issuing its own banknotes backed by gold and silver, a huge improvement over the failing continental dollar. To build public trust, the bank even made a show of moving cash boxes around to give the impression of massive reserves. It worked. Soon, its notes were widely accepted, and some states even allowed taxes to be paid with them. The Bank of North America was so prestigious that when the National Bank Act later required banks to have national in their name, an exception was made for them. After a series of mergers over the centuries, its legacy lives on today within Wells Fargo. As the U.S. expanded, so did the number of local and state banks, but this growth was bumpy. The country was hit by a series of financial panics, where people would rush to withdraw their money, causing banks to collapse. The Panic of 1907 was the final straw. It became clear that the country needed a more robust system. In 1913, Congress created the Federal Reserve System, the Fed, to act as a central bank, aiming to stabilize the financial system and control the money supply. But the biggest test was yet to come. The Great Depression of the 1930s saw thousands of banks fail, wiping out the life savings of millions of Americans. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's administration responded with sweeping reforms. The Banking Act of 1935 was a landmark piece of legislation. It restructured the Federal Reserve, giving it more centralized power to manage the economy. Crucially, it also made the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, a permanent fixture. The FDIC insured individual bank deposits up to $5,000 at a time, a move that restored public confidence and stopped bank runs. You still see those FDIC signs in banks today, a direct legacy of this critical reform. These laws created the modern framework of federal oversight designed to protect depositors and maintain economic stability. Now, let's switch gears and talk about a bank that completely changed the game for the average person. In 1904, a man named Amadeo Pietro Giannini, the son of Italian immigrants in San Francisco, noticed something. Traditional banks catered almost exclusively to wealthy individuals and large businesses. The working class, especially fellow immigrants, were left out, so he founded the Bank of Italy. His mission was revolutionary for the time, to provide banking services for everyone. He actively sought out the little guy, offering loans and savings accounts to farmers, laborers, and small business owners who were turned away elsewhere. This philosophy of inclusive banking was a radical departure from the norm and proved incredibly successful. The Bank of Italy wasn't just about making money. It was about empowering communities and helping ordinary people achieve their own American dream. This people-first approach laid the foundation for what would eventually become one of the largest banks in the world, Bank of America. And that's a quick look at how the American banking system evolved, from a single bank in Philadelphia to a complex, regulated global powerhouse. It's a story that continues to unfold. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you next time.